Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. This song is called Fractured Thoughts by Sappheiros. Let me know if you like this song. If you do, I'll play it a little bit more in some other videos. Okay, so I think understanding what boundaries are is really important because I literally for decades, I remember in high school, like my girlfriend's mother, oh, Michael, you need to have boundaries. And I heard it from one of my English teachers. And, every now and then you hear it from like an aunt or, one of your friend's mothers, oh, you got to have boundaries. And I remember growing up going, like, what's that? My answer was, oh, okay, and walk away. What's she talking about? So then I got highly involved in personal development courses, certification courses, and trainings, etc., and they would throw that out there. Oh, you got to enforce your boundaries, be in alignment. And no one ever stopped and said, oh, well, here's what that means, and here's how you do it. So then I was in my third year in college, and I just remember walking down the hallway in one of the main buildings, and I don't remember what it was, but I got into a conversation with one of the counselors. It wasn't my counselor, but I'd seen her before, and somehow we got into this conversation. She said, oh, Michael, you've got to have boundaries. So as I started to walk away, I actually stopped and I kind of got pissed and frustrated, and I blurted out kind of loud, not too loud, but I was like, what does that mean? And she goes, oh, you just got to have boundaries. And I'm like, I've heard that for years. I have no idea what that means. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, did you go through the same period where everyone kept telling you that you had to have boundaries, you had to enforce your boundaries, but you're like, I have no idea what the hell, because maybe I've never heard anyone else say this. So maybe I was the only one where no one pulled me aside and said, hey man, here's what it is and here's how you do it. So she goes, oh, okay, well, boundaries are like, you don't want to let people step over your boundaries. And I'm just kind of like, not mad, kind of almost mad, but I'm looking at her like, what the hell does that mean? Don't step over your boundaries. And I actually think I said that. She goes, no, I remember I said, well, how do you do that? Like, what do you mean? And she goes, oh, well, imagine there's a circle that goes around your feet. I'm like, okay. And it's like 1 inch high, and it goes all the way around you. And I'm looking at her like, okay. And she goes, well, that's boundaries. I'm like, that's it? She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So she walks away, and I'm thinking about this. My first thought was, anybody can step over a freaking 1 inch boundary. Enter the year 2020 or 2019 or whatever it was. Mike Kollin comes along, says, put up the Great Wall of China. So boundaries essentially are, boundaries and red flags. Okay, so I had to remind myself of the title. So boundaries essentially are things that you don't like. I'm also going to tell you how to deal with someone, a narcissist, when they overstep your boundaries. So one thing that what I've learned or what I've noticed is people that don't have boundaries, they tend to be the people that overstep other people's boundaries. Essentially, they're just not aware of having boundaries. No one's ever pulled them aside and taught them, and that really is the parent's job, is to teach people like, hey, you're supposed to have boundaries. Now, the funny thing is empaths were trained and conditioned, usually by one or more of the parents, to not have boundaries, so they could step all over them and beat them physically and abuse them mentally and emotionally and financially and socially and relationship-wise and everything else. So abusive people in general and narcissists, they don't want you to have boundaries, because if you do, they're like, well, can't hurt this person. I can't manipulate. I can't control. I can't do what I want with this person's life. So the first thing I want to say about boundaries is, so for my whole life, I was going, well, what are they? I thought there was like a list of rules or beliefs or, here's what boundaries are, don't overstep them. But that was the one thing, like nobody told me what a boundary was, let alone how to recognize one. So boundaries are essentially things that you don't like. So, let's say that you don't like cigarette smoke and you're around someone who smokes cigarettes and they constantly blow it in your face. Boom, that's a boundary. That's in the military, would say that's a no-go, son. So if somebody knows that you don't like cigarette smoke and they constantly light up around you, I am telling you, they are being a dickhead. They are purposely doing it. Even if they're not, if you told them like, hey, I really don't like to be around cigarettes, and they keep doing it, cut them off, get rid of them. That's a boundary buster. They just broke over your boundaries. And you're like, okay, that's it, man. I told you once, you did it, I gotta go. Here's my rule. You've got 2 strikes and you're out, at most. Now here's the deal. If you're a cigarette smoker and you're okay with it, then it's not a boundary. That's it. That's a boundary, and you get to make them up. Remember, you don't have to be around people that you don't vibe with. You don't have to be around people that you don't click with. It's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we just don't click, we don't connect, we don't vibe. You go your way, I'll go my way. Look, we all have different energy. And energy, but different energy vibrations will not match up with other energy vibrations. So if they're not on your level, if they're not vibrating on your level, even if it's just literally just an energy thing, you don't have to be around them, and it doesn't make you a bad person. All you're going to do is the 2 of you are just going to drive each other nuts and drive each other up the wall. So another one, at least for me, I don't smoke pot. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. I don't even drink. I very rarely drink. So over the years, I've had friends that smoke pot, or acquaintances, or whatever. And I would tell them, like, yeah, hey man, I don't. And the funny thing, this is what I've noticed. They always go up when I almost said the F word, because it really pisses me off. Hey man, do you want to hit? No, bro, I don't smoke pot. Then what they do, they get up and they go around and they stand in the wind where the smoke is blowing in your face. They're doing that shit on fucking purpose. Period. End of sentence. So I just leave. I already told them I don't smoke pot. So why did you feel you had to stand up, walk over in the direction to stand with the wind to your back where it's blowing in my face? Because they're trying to get you to where, if they just smell it, they just, they'll get addicted to it like me. And that's why they're doing it. Because they know if you breathe it in, eventually you're going to get hooked on it and you're going to want to fucking smoke pot. I'm going to cuss a little bit here. People that do that shit are assholes. They don't give a crap about your health, about your boundaries. They don't give a shit. In fact, they're saying, yeah, I'm gonna get this person to smoke pot. That is the most fucked up thing on the planet. Anyone who's trying to get you to drink, smoke cigarettes, do any form of drugs when they know that you don't like it, that is a really, really fucked up person. And you need to walk away immediately. That is a boundary. Here's another one. You've told this person that, hey man, I don't smoke pot. They're like, all right, cool, man. Awesome. Okay, cool. And then 3 days later, a week later, they pull out the weed. Hey man, do you want to hit? You know what you say? You say, dude, are you deaf? I told you, I don't smoke pot. Do you get it now? If they ask you one more effing time, don't ever talk to them. Trust me, they heard you the first time. They're just trying to get you to smoke pot, and they're gonna keep fucking doing it. This applies to everything. This applies to if someone's trying to get you to eat junk food and you don't eat junk food. Now, once again, if you smoke pot, then it's not a boundary. Now, let's say you eat junk food normally. Well, then it's probably not a boundary. But if you're into health and you're watching your diet and doing all this stuff, and they're trying to get you to eat junk food or, hey, just eat some soda. Now, I'm not against any of these things. That's not what I'm saying. My point being is, like, if you're not into something and someone's trying to and you've told them, hey, yeah, I'm not into that. If they bring it up one more time, that is a boundary that they're overstepping. Even by asking, yes. Why do you have to be so insecure that you can't be okay with someone that doesn't smoke pot or eat junk food or whatever the F it is? Why is it that the people around you have to smoke pot? Here's something that I've noticed. In my entire life, I have yet to meet someone, make friends, acquaintances with someone that smokes pot that will not constantly, continually push it on me. The last person that I knew, oh, okay, I respect that. Every single time this went on for a long time, and I finally got really. I go, dude, like what? Like, do I need to paint on the front of your house I don't smoke pot? Like, what is it gonna take for you to fucking realize I fucking don't want any? Now listen to the way I'm talking. Now there's gonna, oh, I don't like cussing. Get off my channel. That's fine. Here's my point. You have to make it that clear to people. That is enforcing boundaries. Now, if someone smokes pot, I'll just get up and leave. I don't want to be around it. It's not my damn thing. Now, here's the deal. If someone smokes pot on their own and not around me, and they don't constantly ask me or blow it in my face or stand upwind, I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. I don't have a problem. Now, here's another boundary. Somebody that literally physically invades your space, like they lean into your space and you lean away. Take a full step back, and if you can't, take your hand, kind of push, like knock it against their chest, shove them back. Say, hey man, don't invade my space. And here's the deal, you have to say it with assertiveness, the way I just said it. Now you guys might think, oh man, he's really pissed. No, I'm not pissed. What I'm doing is I'm doing what we call an NLP modeling. I'm modeling the behavior so your emotions can connect with it and your energy can go, oh, I see what he's doing. So people like that, some of them would do it on purpose to intimidate you, and they do it and another one is they like to do it to make you feel uncomfortable. If you physically and emotionally or emotionally feel uncomfortable around someone, just get up, walk away, leave immediately. You don't need to explain. You don't need to have a reason. Just leave. Some of the things you can say is like, look, like, so when someone invades my space, I will take my, literally, I'm not joking, I will take my forearm and cross it across my body and push it out in my forearm, my fist, and I'll make a fist, and my elbow, and I'll put it out in front of me, and then I'll take a large step back with one of my feet, and I'll purposely leave the front foot out like that, and they'll look at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? So generally what has to happen for me to do that is I will take like a half step back with both my feet and then another one. And then I'll put my forearm out and then I'll take a big step back with one leg, leaving my front leg to block them. And I lean my body away and they're like, what are you doing? I go, dude, I have stepped back like 2 or 3 feet at this point. This is the 3rd time I've stepped back. You keep fucking invading my space. Can you give me some space, please? And see, here's the deal. If you do it like that, they'll be like, oh, okay. But if you do it like, hey, man, I've stepped back 3 times and, like you keep like really proud of me, like, hey, man. No, dude, they're going to laugh. They're going to be like, yeah, this person's a fucking wimp. I am telling you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, most people that do that are boundary crashers, and they're doing it to make you feel uncomfortable, or they're doing it to intimidate you. When I realize, because they'll start to grin, when I realize like, oh, they're playing games, I'm done. There's literally, I'm telling you, there is no reason to deal with someone like that. Just walk away. They're not going to stop doing it. They're not going to play games in other ways. You just learn like, oh, this is just a messed up person. Walk away and block. Another one is when someone overtalks you. Like they ask you a question and you begin to answer and they interrupt you. That right there is an absolute no-go. Another one is if you ask them to stop doing something and they make fun of it, they belittle it, or they act like it's nothing, total narcissist tactics. That's it. You're done with them. Walk away. So the word is devaluing. So if they devalue something that you feel is important, just be like, oh, okay, I guess we're on two different pages, and then just don't even get mad. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we don't have an understanding. Hey, you have a nice day. I gotta go, and then block them on your phone, block them on your email, block them on your social media. See, here's the deal. Don't get caught up in an argument with them. Just ask them once. Say, hey, it's kind of like, well, let's take like the pot smoking thing. If they said, hey man, do you want to hit? It's like, no man, I don't. And say it firmly, I don't smoke pot. Say it like that. Enunciate. Say it like that, and they'll be like, oh, okay. If they do it again, just turn around and leave. Don't even explain, because they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to get you to join the pot club. In all sincerity, I do not understand for the life of me why. Why do they have to get you to smoke pot? Why can't you just do your thing and leave me out of it? Why do I have to join? Answer: they're just insecure about smoking pot. Period. Another narcissist tactic is they constantly try to get you to sell your car, get a new car, get a different haircut, don't wear that dress. That's another boundary crasher. You got to stop them. Just say, you know what, honestly, don't tell me how to talk. Don't tell me how to dress. Don't tell me how to walk. Don't tell me what kind of haircut to get. And for damn sure, don't tell me to get a different car. Just so you know, narcissists are purposely boundary crashers. They do it because if they can constantly crash your boundaries, like you told them no and they just do it anyways, what they're doing is they're eroding your own boundaries. So now they can just walk all over and you keep coming around. You keep letting them come around. So here's the lesson in that. What someone does speaks louder than what they say. So a lot of times narcissists, they love to play this game. And yes, this absolutely is a form of gaslighting. They'll say, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And they do it again and again. Oh, sorry, I forgot. No, you know what? If they have a memory that is that bad, then you shouldn't be around them anyways, so walk. And tell them that. See, what I'm doing is I'm calling them on their game. Another one is they play stupid, they play dumb. Say, hey, I gotta be honest with you, if you're really that dumb, let's say they do something really stupid and dumb because they want you to believe, oh, I'm just a dumb idiot. Say, I gotta be honest with you, I've got a business, I've got a life, I've got people I have to take care of. I can't be around people that are that stupid. So, hey man, just don't call me anymore. Hey, you have a good day, man, and good luck with that. And then just immediately walk. Do not try to explain yourself. Make your statement and walk. That's it. Walk and block. So, one of the biggest lessons when it comes to a narcissist purposely doing the same thing over and over and say, oh, I forgot. Well, it's a form of gaslighting, and they know it's really going to screw with your mind. This is why you have to live by the rule. Pay attention to what someone does versus what they say. Actions speak louder than words. What someone says and what someone does are two completely different things. Write those things down. Actions speak louder than words. Because what they do is what they do. What they say they're not going to do or what they say they're going to do, that doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean zero. It means nothing. It means zero. It has zero weight. What they do is what has the weight. So write that down. What someone does and what they say are two completely different things. Pay attention to what they actually do. If you tell them you don't like to smoke pot and they keep asking you, be done with them. I'm telling you. If you think, oh no, I won't do it again because they realize, no, I'm telling you, they're going to do it in something else. They're going to do it in ice cream. They're going to invade your space. They're going to tell you that you need to lose weight. They're going to tell you need to wear a different dress. I'm telling you, these people don't stop. They just let you know, hey, this is the kind of person I am. And this is what the phrase means when they say, pay attention to when someone tells you who they are. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. One of the things a narcissist will do, and they usually will lower their voice and say, yeah, I'm a narcissist. They say it real quietly. If someone tells you that, run. I am fucking telling you, they are a narcissist. But they're trying to say it like, it's not a big deal. Hey, no. They're speaking out of the side of their mouth. When someone says they're a narcissist, walk and block. Do not explain. They already know why. A narcissist justifies damaging you if they're like, well, I told them I was a narcissist. I told them I was into black magic. I told them I do horrible things to people. I tell them that, yep, that's what I do. I'm telling you, if somebody tells you they're a monster, they're a horrible person, they're a narcissist, they tell you that they do bad things to you, I am telling you, if you go along with this, oh, okay, yeah, I'm telling you, the reason why they're telling you is because in their brain, for some reason in the narcissist world, there's this rule. If they tell you that they're going to do something or they are a certain way, then they feel totally free to bombard you and go full attack. Because their belief is, well, I told them, and here's what they're going to say to you when you complain, like, hey man, I told you that I was a narcissist. I mean, what did you expect? That's what they're going to tell you. Hey man, I told you I'm a thief. Hey man, I told you I'm going to hurt you. What did you expect? And then they say, hey, this is on you. It's your fault. I am warning you. See people for who they are. Listen to what they say. Pay attention. I had someone pull this on me about 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. I don't remember exactly. And they kind of let it out. Oh, I'm a narcissist. Like, oh, okay. And that was it. Haven't seen him in person since then. All right. So here's some more that I wrote down. Okay. So remember I said in the last video about people that love themselves, that are compassionate and understanding towards themselves, that they treat themselves well. Well, they're going to treat you well too. But people that are not nice to themselves, that are, they say bad things about themselves, they have negative self-talk, those are the people you're going to want to get away from. Okay, so I've got some stuff written down. So, red flags or boundaries. So, self-criticism, lack of boundaries, self-hate, self-punishment, self-doubt. Now, that's important because if people don't believe in themselves and they have self-doubt, they're not going to believe in you. And if you're trying to build a business, compete in sports, whatever, they're going to constantly, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. Because people that don't believe that they can do it, they don't believe that the people around them can do it. Because they start to see people as like, well, you're just like me. What? And they'll even say this, well, what makes you think that you can do it? Something tells me a lot of you have heard that before, haven't you? All right, so let's go down. So we've got people that don't like themselves. See, here's the way it works. People that love themselves have the ability to love others. People that don't love themselves don't have the actual ability. They don't know how to love other people because they don't know how to love themselves. So this is why it's important to be around people who have developed the art, the skill, and the ability to nurture themselves, love themselves, speak well of themselves. These are the people you want to be around because that's going to rub off on you too. All right, so we have a couple more here. So self-talk, if their self-talk is negative, they say things like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. Oh, what was I thinking?" Now, what they're going to do eventually is they're going to put that onto you. They're going to say, "Oh, you're not that smart like you. Oh, you're being an idiot." And it's because it's the way they think. It's the way that they do. It's how they treat themselves. Think of it as a skill set and a set of strategies that someone has. If they're doing it with themselves, they're going to automatically, unconsciously do it with other people because that's the skill set that they have. That's the way they do it. Another thing you're going to have to understand, most people, they try to suck people into their world. So let's take me. I'm a positive guy. If you're not a positive person, I don't want you to be around. If you are a positive person, you're around me and you have a bad day, I'm like, "Hey man, how about if you look at it like this? Because this is who I am. This is what I do. And I really like it." Guess what? Negative people, people that have self-hate, guess what they're going to do to you? Because that's who they are. It's almost like it's not even personal. It's like, hey, I'm not even going to judge it. This is just who they are. This is why I constantly tell people, especially empaths, see people for who they are, not who you want them to be. See the good and the bad and make your decision from there. And remember, you don't have to tell them why. Just say, "Hey, this isn't working for me," or just kind of stop calling them, stop talking to them. And if they have to have an answer, just say, "Honestly, I'm just not really feeling it. We're not on the same vibe, or I'm not feeling the vibe," or something like that. Just tell them it's not working for you. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and do not explain yourself, because they're going to use that to try to pull you back in, okay? Okay, so we're almost done here. So let's talk, no matter what you do, they're going to see it negative. So negative people, it's like no matter what you do, eventually they're going to look at it in a negative way, okay? People who are manipulative and tricky, they are going to think that, well, you're manipulative and tricky. So manipulative people think you are manipulating them when you, like, let's say you buy them a gift. It's like, dude, it's just a gift. But they're thinking, if I buy someone a gift, I'm doing it because I'm trying to get one over. I'm trying to get them to lower their shield. If you get around people that are doing that, there's nothing you can do to change them. This is why it's important to stop thinking, "Oh, well, they'll change eventually." Like, no, you need to stop that. You need to see people for who they are. And if they're displaying negative patterns and habits, you need to leave, and they need to take responsibility for their own actions and take action and get some professional help. Period. End of sentence. This is not your job, so don't do it. Alright, so I think we got two more here. Let's see. Alright, so manipulative people think that everyone's manipulative. Thieves think that everyone are thieves. People that do drugs think, oh, everyone does drugs. People see you the way that they see themselves, okay? Like another one is liars think everyone is lying. And here's another thing. It's a form of self-justification, okay? So here's the deal. Don't try to convince them that you're not like them. Don't try to convince them that you're a good person. Just be like, "Hey man, I gotta go. I'm out of here." Don't even discuss it. Don't even argue. Like, "Okay man, right on man. You have a good one. I'm out of here." Okay, so this is the final piece. It's slightly different, but it really caps this off. So a lot of you are like, "Yeah, but Mike, but then I won't have any friends." Yes, at some point that may be true. Now here's why, and here's the answer. So you also might be saying and thinking, you might have actually said this to therapists, to friends, to people, "But I'm a good person. How come I don't have people around me that are good people?" Here's the answer. The people around you, people you may have met at coffee shops or at work or at bookstores or at grocery stores or whatever, they meet you and think, "Wow, that's a really good person." But then they see you associating with someone who's the local drug dealer. You feel sorry for them, so you want to befriend them so they don't feel bad. Or maybe you're dating someone who is extremely negative and they see that and they're like, oh, okay. And then you have conversations with people that are kind of mean to you. So after a period of time, they're looking at you going, like, this is a really good person, but man, they're surrounded by a bunch of really negative, mean, angry, whatever people. I don't want to be around that. Now, how do I know? Because I've become one of those people. I don't want to get caught up in other people's bullshit. I am done with that. And what I've noticed with really good, healthy people, they're like, yeah, I don't want to be around that mentality or that energy. I just want to be happy. I just want to be around good people where I can enjoy my life with. So here's the deal. Once you get rid of those people, it may take a period of time. Yeah, we're talking 6 months, a year, etc. So eventually what's going to happen is slowly you're going to start meeting better people. It's like picking weeds. If you keep meeting bad people, cut them out of your life. Eventually good people are going to start noticing like, wow, there's a really good vibe around this person. There doesn't seem to be any negative people. I think I'm going to give them a chance. Take charge of your lives, guys. Make solid choices. Take solid actions. Do the right thing and your life absolutely will turn around. I know because I'm living it. God bless you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button, click like, make a comment, and if you want, go and make a donation in the description box below the video. There's a PayPal link in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.